Thank you, viewers. We are so excited to have you on board. And today we'll be talking about a very hot issue, in our country, and not just in our country, but around the world. And one of the things that happened in our country is that with the onset of the pandemic, the COVID situation, schools shut down, and there was conversations about what is going to happen in the education sector. The education sector is one of those sectors that have been very hardly hit. My name is Sophia Mbevi. I am the founder and the visionary behind Almasi International Christian School. We are located at Syokimau in Machakos County. We have run for the last 9 years, and we have seen a number of our students graduate out of school, high school. Oh, and did I say that we actually are a kindergarten to high school school, so that when your child comes to Almasi, they can actually stay in Almasi until they go to the university. Yes, so today I want to talk about how we dealt with the COVID situation at Almasi School. So the day is March 13th, 2020. We had 3 weeks to go for our before the term closed down, the first term. And there was an announcement that, the shutdown has happened, there is cessation of movement, and at the time it was for a month. And caught everybody by surprise. Of course, there was panic. We didn't know what to do. I remember when they did that, I called my people, I called my staff, and they were like, okay, tell us what to do. What are we going to do? The children, as usual, were very happy, to take a break. I think children are always happy to take a break. And I didn't know what to do. There was no reference point. We didn't know how anybody had ever dealt with a pandemic before, because it had never happened in our lifetime. So with the situation, we as a school decided to take our break early. We normally break off for the holidays in April for 4 weeks. And so we communicated to our parents that, we're going to take our break earlier. So in March, as opposed to April. And we said, after 4 weeks, we will regroup, we will gather and see what to do. So in the meantime, of course, everybody was observing the situation, and April 13th came, and we called our parents. We told them, what? We actually have a system that is not teacher-centered. The ACE curriculum, the Ignitia curriculum that we run, is actually learner-centered, meaning that the learner is the one driving the learning process. The teacher plays the role of a facilitator, a supervisor, a guide, a coach, a referee, whatever title you want to give them. But the learning process is squarely, driven by the child. And so we called our parents together. We organized a Zoom meeting. We told parents that, we're going to open school on April 20th. And before then, we had an orientation week where we prepared a parents' manual and told them what they need, sort of took them through the process of what they need, to support their children at home. We also involved our teachers. And what we did is that for every child that was coming to Almasi, we divided them. We assigned groups of children to teachers. So every teacher was responsible for 6, some for 7, others for 8 students, depending on the class enrollment. And we dispatched the learning materials and other things that we need. We had, like I say, a training. We made sure that every child has access to internet. and a device on which they could access the thing. So learning continued, and I must say that it has gone very, very, very well. What has been, a curse in many, and the death of many schools has actually been a blessing. Yes, we were hit as a school. Parents were hit in the sense that they lost work. Others were not able to support their children. Some of our parents were amongst the essential services providers. So they were not always able and available to support their children through this learning process. But overall, as you had in our last episode, Mama Joshua is one of our parents, and one of the things she said is that, do you know what? In fact, during this pandemic, my child has covered more work than he did in previous terms. And what has happened is that, the fact that the parent has actually been involved. You remember in our in an earlier episode with Pastor Simon, we talked about the importance of parental involvement. We have continued. We did second term. It ended on the August. We were able to recover the 3 weeks that were lost at the beginning of the term, and we closed for our August holidays on the 8th of August. And as is our custom, at the end of every term, we will have a parent-teacher conference. We will review what the child has done vis-a-vis the goals that were set for the term. We will evaluate the reasons, for the performance. We will come up with a plan, if there is any ground that was not covered, we come up with a plan. How is that plan going to be, covered in the next term? We celebrate our students. And I want to say that one of the things that has grown out of this pandemic, is such a rich relationship, such a great partnership between home and school. Parents are more appreciative of what the role that the school plays within our children. Now, as a school, we were also able to appreciate, parental support, because now we had the kind of support that, Almasi School espouses as part of, our values and our culture. As for our students, we continued every day of the school term. We have a session where the children talk about how the pandemic has affected them, and we get time to encourage each other. We get time to pray together as a school community. And so I would say that the children at Almasi School have not lost, that social interaction, that they have with their peers. It has continued, albeit on Zoom, but it has continued. And it has been such a wonderful blessing that, we had a tool, a curriculum tool that, we could use even in the midst of such a time as this. And, now our eyes have actually been opened. In a sense, school is not about the four walls, the buildings that we go to school and learning. In fact, during this time, it has emphasized one of the key principles of the American Christian curriculum that we use, where we say time is variable, learning is constant. Learning has continued for us. Maybe not at the pace and within the context that we were used to, but learning has continued. And time has become a variable. Time at home has worked for us in the sense of parents getting more involved with their children, understanding the strengths of their children. Children have thrived, as parents have been involved, have understood what they do in school. And I must say that out of something that could have decimated us has come forth new life. And we celebrate this season at Almasi School. I'm sure that as we all look forward to, congregate back, physical meetings, we will come back refreshed. We will come back having learned new skills. We will come back with a stronger partnership between home and school. And only time will tell, the impact of that time that we have dealt with. So we want to thank God. We want to welcome you. We have seen quite a number of parents in this season, understand that, appreciate very much the curriculum that we offer, the tool that we have, and to see that it has withstood the times, very adverse times. Our children have remained engaged. And in a way, we have dealt with the trauma that, would have come upon our children as a result of drastic changes of their lives. A lot of children out there are depressed because they feel that they have lost time, that they have lost momentum and stuff like that. So we do appreciate that, we have a curriculum that has worked in this pandemic. We welcome you to come and speak to us about the possibility of onboarding your children into Almasi School. We are open, we are willing to have that discussion with you. So please call us on 0713-675-228 and visit our website at www.almasischool.org. Thank you for keeping it here.